So, hi everyone, welcome back to the class again for agricultural products marketing, and this is the chapter 10. So, last time we learned about the first P of the marketing management, or actually, we talked about the product mix, no, the marketing mix. The first P already explained, which is the product, and then for this chapter, we're going to talk the second P, which is the price. So, what is the thing that I can give you today is first, the first thing is the concept. We need to know the definition. We need to understand the whole concept. What is the strategies? What is the pricing methods? What is the step that you need to do for pricing? Then, what is the method for pricing? Then, last month, I'm going to tell you the price strategy that you can apply for setting the price of agricultural products. For the first main topics, again, actually the concept, but I'm going to give you the definitions, factors, process, and objective for pricing of agricultural products. First one, let's talk about this first. Agricultural product pricing. This is many marketers said, or many ec- economists said, this is actually the basic indicator of Thailand economy, not just for Thailand, I think it's around the world. Of course, if we have a good price on agricultural products, that make we know that the farmer have more money. The farmer have more buying power to buy the product or service. So, in other terms, they said good agricultural products, like good price on agricultural products, might make the whole chain have more purchasing power because if the price is good, they can have more money to pay. And then if they have more money to pay, so they can buy more or buy the products that they like or need. Then the circulation of the money on the system is happen. Let's make the other things like the other products also have good results. So again, good agricultural products on the price will make the whole chain initiating from the grower, the processors, and the deliver have more money. If they have more money, they have ability to purchase. So that's make the economy get like very well result. Then price is actually one of the four P's that we just talked last week, and it's actually leading to the revenue and the profit. Of course, you set the price, you can know what is the price and what is the cost, then the profit, what it is. Like the difference between the cost and the price that you set. Then price, what is actually the price? Price is actually the money or amount of money that you use to exchange for having the things that you want. In this case, price would be determined from the value evaluation. So you decide, some people like something a lot, so they give more value. So the price is depends on their perception, and sometimes it depends on the obtained benefit. So if you have more benefit, you might feel like you want to pay more. So the price is different from the things that is not important for you. Then sometimes the pricing on agricultural products will be considered as the product values. So the product value is from the evaluation of the customer satisfaction. So if some product make you feel very happy or you like that a lot, it's gonna create the product values. Then the price is probably vary on the product evaluation. Then agricultural products pricing, sometimes the price is obtained from the demand and supply from the market. Sometimes it's from the price that government set because the government need to control the price not too high or not too low. Or sometimes organization need to set the price. So actually pricing in agricultural products come from three sources. So let's talk about the concept a little bit more. because the price is actually changed with the market situation. Imagine if some product on the price that have very high demand, many people want to have that, the price going to be increased. But sometimes some product is have launched for a long time, so the consumer might not feel like you want to consume it anymore. So demand is low, then the price will be reduced. That's it. Sometimes, not sometimes, I usually say this one to the student. Farmers think fam- farmer familiar with the price from the market, and they did not actually set by themselves. So they are unable to set the price for their own because sometimes they didn't have authority to set. They just produce, and then the middle person and the bigger person, like organization, control the price. But um, let me check this one a little. And yeah, sometimes it's also be considered as the price actually set by the government or not. So no, actually the price on the market can have three different sources, three different concepts. So some people just think the price on the market should be controlled by the government. So I would say in some country that the government control everything is might be okay, but in um, the democratic world, in the world that have some competitions, the pricings will be followed with three concepts here. Market pricing, the price on the market actually it depends on the demand and supply. Second one, the government pricing. Sometimes government just take control, just some cases, not always. Last one, the pricing will be happen from the organization set. So let's talk one by one. First one, market pricing. So market pricing, as I just mentioned, is actually it start from the demand and supply from the market. So if you learn economics before, you can have these terms, the equilibrium, like the point that demand and supply meet together. So on this picture, you can see the market supply and market demands. So from you can see the blue light, the blue line here. The line that is up is supply. The line that is down is demand. So when these two lines cross together, we call that is the equilibrium point. So which is the amount that consumer would like to pay. So in this case, they said equilibrium is stated equality or balance between market demand and supply. So you can see the PE or price at equilibrium and QE or the quantity at equilibrium. So normally in ideal, like in um, not actually happen. So in theories, we expect to have this one because it depends on the things that you want and the things that we can provide, demand and supply. So actually, we should have this situation, but it's happened just perfectly competitive market, which is they the price is from the market only. So in this case, farmers are not be able to pricing. Of course, they need to see the price will be set from the market only. There's some example or the market pricing in this case is like cassava, also the rice. Then the second concept for pricing is from the government pricing. So in this case, the government takes some action just temporarily, just a short term. If some situation happens, so they can do like many ways. So, but the objective for the government to do this one because they need to control the price, not too high. Like sometimes the price is over, so they need to reduce it, like control to be suitable level. So in this case, they said the prevent higher price than the government price. But actually, you have the market price, which is the price that on your market. But sometimes, if the demand is too high, like people like to consume these products a lot, the price going to be increased. The government can do some action by just pull it down to be the suitable in this case going to be lower than the market price. So some example is such as sugar, rice, pork, or feed, like the product that you give to the animals. Because think about this one, if the price of the sugar increase a lot, it might affect to the price of the final product. Also the pork. So Thai people consume pork a lot. So if the price of pork increase constant in like very fast, it might affect to the cost of the production and also the final price. And government cannot see that one happen. So they just add some money and trying to control the price to be not too high level. Or sometimes they can do the guarantee price. Like they just claim that okay, for this year the price of the rice will be 15,000 baht per ton, like this way. So they just give the confidence to the farmers who produce, which is the price going to be set, and if it's higher than that, I just want to pay for this price, but if it's lower than that, I can pay you more. So in this case, it's going to be good for like the farmer feel confidence or feel free, feel good, because even is have low price, the government going to pay the price that is higher because they already make some agreement. So they said the currency price is happened for prevent too low price. Like sometime, like for this year, the sticky rice is very low on the price. So if you deal with the government and have a set price, so it should be higher than the price on the market. Then supporting price. So in this case, the government can increase the price by doing two things. First one, the government buy and just make the market expansion by just increase the demands, like send to the other country. For example, if the sticky rice in this time is very low price, so the government can just buy from the farmers and then just export to the other country. So in this case, what the government do is just increase the demands, and then if you have increased the demand, you're gonna have increased price. Or sometimes if you have um, if you also have the problem, so in the same problem, you can reduce the production by just give limitation on the produce area or just give the quota for produce it. For example, for the rice as well. So if the rice will be over have the problem of overproduction, so you might reduce the area. Just set okay, maybe next year just grow the rice from this area only, or just reduce the amount uh, the area for growing the rice, or just trying to control the amount. Then the government can promote the other products, like the new product that gonna have a better price or new job, or sometimes they just give the money to support it. So in this case, the government do it because they need to decrease the supply. So they need to decrease the amount of the product on the market. And if the amount of the market is reduced, the price is going to be increased. So this is supporting price. How about organization? So for the company, they can set the price by using three ways here. First one, market needs. So they're gonna do some survey and then they will see the consumer demand and supply. So they're gonna observe what is the product that consumer like for now, then what is the price that we need to set, or what is the target market, think about the products. So if they have very good perception of the product, so you can set the price high. Or how about the customer cost, satisfaction, or acceptance? So the market needs will be the marketers and the CEO gonna consider all of this one. Of course, its effects to the price setting. Like if the consumer cost is a lot, so the price set should not be too high. Or if they satisfy and accept your products very well, so you can set the higher price. How about the cost? Cost not just for only one single cost or only one type of the cost, but in general, the organization need to consider the business cost, the cost from production, cost from marketing, cost on management, and also they will combine it together and set the price in order to have the profit. So they're gonna consider, well, what is the profit that they need to have? Then if they need to have this time of profit for this year, what is the price that they need to set? So they also consider about the cost. How about competitors? So for the competitors, what we need to do is we need to see the price of the competitor. Like if I will sell plant-based meat, then I need to observe what is the price that the my competitor set, and the price that I gonna set is attractive or not. So because the we need to see who you fighting, how they set the price, and what kind of strategy that they use. And then sometimes you can design the strategy in terms of compare with your price, your expected price. Sometimes you can set higher if you have better quality. Sometimes you can set equal because you want to fight, or sometimes you need to have more market share, or you are new brand. So you might set lower at first, so they can have some strategies. So all three pricing concept, which is the organization, the government, and also the market pricing. So all three concepts is set by market characteristic, market situation, and organization capability. So I would say some agricultural products they can be fit with all three concepts, but it depends on this each situation. Then what is the factors? So before we go into the internal and external factors, let's talk about this one first. Agricultural business organization, they produce the agricultural product, so they need to be able to adapt to the marketing environment, because the marketing environment can be changed very fast. If they didn't have ability to adapt, they're gonna have a problem. In this case, what they're gonna do, they're gonna set the marketing strategy, and they need to set the pricing in order to match with the change of the marketing environment. So that is the reason why we need to understand the external and internal factors that will be affect to the pricing. So what is the external things that we need to concern? So external factor is uncontrolled. So this is the factor that you cannot control. Like first, target market. So you need to answer to yourself, who is the consumer? Then you need to provide a suitable product that is fit to them, or sometimes you need to set the price that is good or make them feel happy. For example, if you produce very premium quality of the fruit and vegetable, so you might need to set the higher price, not set low. Of course, the consumer might think is have something wrong that you said it's good product, but you why you set low price. So it depends on that. Or sometimes if you want to deal with the lower class consumers, they don't have much money, so you need to set the lower price and maybe just lower quality in order to match with the market share or increase the market share. Sometimes we also have the process organization, like processed food, processed product. So in this case, you need to think about the target market, which is not the consumer, but they need to have some agricultural product to process. So in this case, mostly they're gonna buy in the mass volume, like the huge volume. So you need to provide a reasonable price with the quality. Like sometimes you can provide the lower price or some discount. So this is the target market concern. Then agricultural market demands or the demands of agricultural products on the market. So they said it's affect directly to the pricing and reaction and also the sales. So how it's come? Think about this one. We can have these terms for these chapters a lot. High price elasticity. So high price elasticity is actually dealing with the demands. So if some product have our high price elasticity, the change of the price on the demand will have a lot of effect to the product's demand. So I would say that again. So if it's have high price elasticity, that means if you change the price a little bit, so it's gonna affect to the product's demands a lot. For example, if you consume instant noodles every day, like you love consuming instant noodle, then the price is reduced from 6 baht to 5 baht. So and then you see like okay, that's is great. You need to consume more. That is actually the high price elasticity. But if we talk about low price elasticity, so we can we're gonna have the opposite effect, which is when the price is changed, but it's not affects to the product's demands a lot. So it's like if it's changed just 5 baht, but it's not have huge impact that make consumer want to buy more. So mostly for the low price elasticity, it's gonna be dairy use product like rice, milk, like that. Because the if the price is changed, the consumer might not have huge effects. Okay, so this is the second one, agricultural market demands. How about the third one? So the next external factor is about supplier. So they have this issue, which is you need to have a good relationship with the suppliers because they can provide you a better price. Sometimes you need to do negotiation with the supplier. Of course, if you have good relationship, you're gonna have the better price, like lower price than you expect, and it will affect to the price setting. Of course, it's linked to the cost of the production. Then wholesalers. So wholesalers can, in this case, can be wholesale or retailer, like the middle person. So you need to consider the service that those group wholesaler and retailer gonna provide to you. Of course, this type, this group of the people can do some job for you. So in this case, sometimes you might need to set the wholesale price, retail price, or discount for this group of people, because if you have because you need to work with them, so you need to make them feel happy and have some motivation to work with you. And then the fifth one, competitions. So it's also uncontrolled factors because you need to monitor the price and the reaction of the competitors. Sometimes you need to follow day by day because if they just set more price, then how you gonna fight with? You need to set the same price or just reduce the price. So it's the competition. Sixth one, economics condition. So inflation rate that everything have very high price, like that type of situation. We're gonna have think we need to think about the pricing. So um, if everything on the market have very high price, so the price for the agricultural product they trend to be increased or inflate interest rate. So if the interest rate is not quite high or didn't have a good result, the pricing should be set in a new ways too. 7.1 rules and regulations. So For now, we cannot produce the agricultural products for consuming in the country. We might have to deal with free trade policy, international product standard, which is they set the quality that you need to meet, and anti-dumping. Like if you have the low price and then you send to the other country, they're gonna do some action to make you have higher price. In this case, they call anti-dumping or customer protection. So you need to follow with the rules to make the food the best and good for the consumer. So these are also rules and regulations. How about business ethics? So we need to think about the moral, the social responsibilities too. Because for now the consumer know what is happening on the market. You cannot set the higher price than they expect or too high price that they think is not suitable. Of course, in the past we might seen some product is overpriced or sometimes some brand or some company just take advantage on your money. So that is bad. Then what is internal factor which is you can control it. The first one is marketing objective. So they said you need to think about the objective of running business. So please match with the price. For example, if you have high market share, sometimes if you want to have the high market share, you need to set the price at the low. Or if your product have very good image, you need to set the price in the suitable level, not too low price, because the consumer might think uh, they don't trust you, or you provide the low quality product or not. Of course, you claim this is very good one, but you set the low price. Second one, marketing mix strategies. So you need to think about the relationship of the price to the other P, like price with the quality. If the quality is pretty high, you need to set the higher price, or the price and distribution. So in this case, you might think if it have high quality, so the distribution just should be specific, like the price that you need, the consumer can pay for, can buy your product. Of course, if it have high price, it should be in the specialty store. Like for example, organic organic fruit and vegetable, you can set the high price. So it should have just specific uh, market, not available in all market. So price is also linked to distribution, and price also linked to promotion cost. So sometimes price uh, will be increased when you do promotions a lot. So you might think, okay, what is the promotion cost that is should be suitable? Then the cost. So they said low cost advantage on pricing. So if you set uh, the price that is low, it should be good for your company. And then what you can do, you can control the fixed cost and variable cost that we're gonna talk later. So keep in mind, you do the business. So you need to keep the low cost for production. Then price decision makers. So is this actually in internal factors? So you need to concern who is gonna be the price setter. So some company they have the executive, the owner, the team members that gonna have the meeting and price set together. Sometimes you can have the sales divisions to set the price and then just talk to the meeting. Then corporate image. So corporate image is like the brand image. So if they trust, if they believe, and if they accept your brand, so it's gonna be good, and you can set the higher price because they think that is good. Like many organization or company, they use CSR a lot. They give this good things for the social, so they can have a better image, and then they can set the higher price. So what is the process in general to set the price of agricultural product? Let me turn on the light. Okay. So the first thing you need to do is pricing objective. So let's set the objective first. You need to monitor or study the consumer behaviors, the competitors' strategies, the economy at that time, and also the company objective. Like if you are the new, if you just have the brand new company, your objective might be just trying to have the some market share. In this case, it's gonna link to the price. Like in this case, you may set the low price first, then determine the demand. After you have the objective, you know which way you need to go, and then you need to see the market demand. And then just think about the terms that we just talked, the price sensitive and elasticity. Some product, the consumer concern a lot about the price. Sometimes it's very sensitive, so you need to think about it. And also price elasticity. For example, if you set the price by increase a little bit, so but they think it's too much for them, so they might not want to buy your products anymore. So in general, you need to think about the demands on the market. Then estimate the cost for structures, including fixed costs and variable costs, and also the quantity or the number that will make you have the lowest cost per unit. So this is the estimation of the cost. Then competitor analysis. So you need to look to the other competitors who you fight with. In this case, you need to analyze the competitor. So what is the cost that they provide to the consumers? What is the price and what is they offer? Then how you gonna price? How you gonna fight it? And then price method. In this case, you might consider from the demands, then you estimate the cost and use some result from the cost analysis to set the price. Then final stage, select the final price. So in this case, after you have the careful consideration, you might select the suitable price, suitable policy and strategies, and then apply it. Then, so we just talked about the objective. So let's make me show you more. So we just talk like the pricing objective. Okay. So first thing, the first objective that you can apply is the business survival or to be survive on the market. For some time you facing with economic crisis like for now the COVID-19 pandemic. So how you gonna survive on the market? You need to set the price in different ways. But in some cases that before COVID-19, you can set the price in other ways that you can set by your own. But some for now, you might think, okay, what is the price that you be able to survive and the people gonna want to consume the product? Or sometimes you might have intense competition, like you fight a lot. So you need to set the lower price to make the consumer turn their face to your products. Over capacity. So sometimes if you have very high production, so the price should not set too high. Of course, you need to release the products. Then the next objective is maximize the current profit. So in this case, you might think about the cost and consumer demands uh, that will from the different pricing. Like if you have three price, you have the price for supermarket, price for fresh market, and price for the department store. And then you might think, okay, what is the price that is suitable for each level? And then which one is the which one can give you the highest profit? Sometimes you need to focus just on that choice. Do not need to use all strategies. Then increase the market share. So if you have if your objective is trying to be the leaders on the market, so you might set the lower price to increase the market share. And to have the market share is going to be good for your business because it's the long-term profit. Then we might think about competitions. So intense competition, or you concern a lot about competitor reactions about pricing. Sometimes I would say the competition might make you need to reduce the price, or sometimes if you think you good, you have very good quality, you might fight with higher price, and you need to stand with that position, which is if you need the good quality product, go to me like this way. Or sometime they might apply some strategy by give some discount or the other benefit. Or in other terms, you might consider you need to fight with or you need to avoid or just remove your product from the market and go to the other market. Then society. Then this this not happen a lot in the past, but for now it's happened a lot. Of course, you need to think about society. So some organizations just think not they do have the objective, like they need to have the profit, but it's not just the main thing. They also need to have the other thing, which is they need to give something good to the society. So in this case, they did not want to have the maximized profits, but they focus on the business existence and the social sustainability, like living together for a long time. So this is the modern marketing. So the price that you need to set, it should be fair. I would like to use this term, the suitable price or fair enough price. So the consumer know what is the price. So they know, okay, if the price is acceptable, they're gonna buy it. But the price if is too high, they will not want to buy it. Then image on products quality. So it's also linked to the marketing activities that you need to do. So if you have good image, the trust will be delivered to your company. Then the consumer will eh, like willing to pay more if they trust your products. So they said quality oriented policy is better than the competitors. So many competitors or many company for now they focus on the quality. Then the quality, if they can control it, the consumer they just have a segment for this group of people, because for now we concern a lot about the safety, concern a lot about the quality. So if you can claim buy my product, you're gonna have the best quality that I have. So this is also linked to price setting that you can keep the higher price. So we just talked about the first main topics. How about the second one? So we would like to learn more in the methods for pricing. So we can do pricing by consider the market needs, the business cost, and the competitors. So if you still have unclear pictures, what I just talked, so for now, the second main point is actually how we set the price. So let's talk about the price by the market needs. So we have two methods that we're gonna talk. The pricing by considering market demands and also the values. For the market demands, you need to understand the line, the market and the demand and supply first. So again, for this graph is actually demand line. So how I know the demands have the concept like this way. If the price is higher, like if the price has increased, the amount that you need to buy is decreased. This is demand. So it's like very general. Think about this one. If I drink coffee, like 30 baht per cup, but then if the price is increased to 50 baht, I need to reduce my uh, drinking. Of course, I think that is too expensive. So this is demand. So demand's gonna have the negative slope, or it's gonna reduce from your left to your right, like down here. So this is the general characteristic of the demand. And then how sometimes the same price that you set, but the quantity or the amount that the consumer would like to buy might be different. So it might be happen in these cases, like there's change in salary. If you have increased the money from your boss, so you're gonna consume more. So the quantity, the number of the demands gonna shift, or you have different taste. You need to have more product to consume. Number of the consumers, like you have more consumers on the market. Economic growth after COVID-19, you have a better economy, or season, or even like what the price is the same, but the demand might be increased in that case. For example, on the New Year's Day, the gift or the alcoholic beverage gonna have the same price, but the amount that the consumer gonna consume is more. Then let's be make it more clear for the price elasticity of demands, or PED. So price elasticity of demands is actually stand for the measurement of the changes of the demands of the product compared with the change of the price. So if you see these pictures, the upper part is the change of the quantity, change of the number divided by change of the price, and it's actually PED. So I would say if we think about high price elasticity, so if you remember what I just talked, if you have changed the price a little bit, but the demand is changed a lot, that means it have high demands of elasticity, or the result of PED is higher than 1. But if it's lower than 1, that means it's not have much effect when you change the price. So in this case, they said the other way is only a small change in the demand might not have a huge effect to the quantity. So let's make me explain more in the next page. So in calculation, what you're gonna do, you want to calculate PED, price elasticity of demands. What you're gonna do, you need to set the percentage of the change of the quantity demand first by having Q1, which is the quantity or the number after you change the price. Q0 is the initial quantity divided by P1 minus P0 divided by P1 plus P0. Just put like this way. So P1 is the price that is changed. P0 is the price in the initial state or original price. So let's see this example. Assume the price T per bag decreased from 15 baht to 10 baht. So P1 is 10, P0 is 15, right? Because initial price is 15. P, P1, the price as is that is changed is 10 baht. Affecting the demand is increased from 50 baht to 150 baht. So if you reduce the price, the consumer want to buy more from 50, that is Q0, to Q1, which is 150. So they ask you, please calculate price elasticity. So in this case, you just put Q1, which is 150. I think I might said something wrong on it. Let me check this again. So, okay, Q1. Yeah, Q1 is the new quantity. So P1 is correct. Let me just change. I'm sorry about that because I think so. So let's see this one. Actually, Q1. Okay. Maybe, okay. So PD, or sometimes you can use the term like PE, EP. So from calculation is should be start with, I see. Okay, so I can change. So they said Q1 is initial quantity. So initial quantity is actually 50. Then Q0 is 150 and Q1 Q0 is 50 because it's changed from 50 to 150. In this case, Q1 150, Q0 is 50. Then P1 is 10. P0 is 15. It's changed from, okay. So 100 divided by 200 is 0.5 and minus, okay, that is correct. Sorry about that. Okay, the result's going to be minus 2.5. So minus 2.5, what does this mean? So they they said you did not need to concern about it's going to be minus or positive or negative. So it's just concerned about the absolute value. Absolute value is like, think about just number. In this case, it's 2.5 is more than 1. So what you can conclude, they said, for this case, product A that we just calculate is have PED which is 2.5. So it's higher than 1, which means it's have when you change the price, it's gonna have a lot of effects to the demand. So in this case, they said the revenues from 10 baht, if you say if you buy 150 units, you're gonna have 1,500 baht. The revenue when you have set the price 15 baht and you can buy just 50 units, and the revenue that you're gonna have is 750 baht. So they said effect from reducing price. So if you reduce the price from 15 to 10, you can have more revenue. In this case, you can have 750 baht more. Effects to the increased price in opposite way. If you increase the price from 10 to 15, you're gonna have decreased the revenue. So in this case, what you need to do, you need to set the price which is low or set the lower price. But for product B, so product B, just in this case, they calculate PED, which is equal to 0.45. So 0.45 is lower than 1. So think about the revenue. So revenue for 16 units, you can have 600 baht, but for 50 units, you can have 715 baht. So in this case, if they increase the price from 10 baht to 15 baht, they can have more revenue. But if they reduce the price from 15 baht to 10 baht, they can have decreased the revenue. In this case, the price is not changed a lot, or you just have 50 baht in difference. So they're gonna say you need to set the price is high. So in conclusion, if the product have high price, sorry, if the product have high price elasticity or PED or PE is more than one, that means change a little bit on the price might affects a lot to the demands. So in this case, you need to set the low price. But for low price elasticity or low PED, the price when they change is not affects a lot. So in this case, you are able to set the high price. And then, so because this is the price when we considering about market demands, how about the values? So in terms of the values, they did not consider the customer cost or need, but they focus for the market position. So the value in this case is the perception from the consumer. So what they're gonna do? Think about Ula Ronghai, which is very specific. This is very specific name of the area that can produce very good, like I would say, the best quality of jasmine rice. So for this case, the image on safety with organic production, great quality leading to the high price. So it's not just the variety that is specific or the area that is specific, but they also add the organic to these products too. So they can have great image. That is reason why they can set very high price on the rice. So they said value perception. So value perception, how it come from? It's from the product development. You develop it, then you just send the message to the consumer or the image of seller. Or if your company have very good image, like well known, so you can have a good perception. Social sources and content, if you use the medias a lot by sending the message to them, so you're gonna have high value perception. So there are three types for considering values. We have direct price rating, direct perceived value rating, and diagnostic. So let's talk one by one. So first one is price by considering values, direct price rating methods. So direct price rating is just like you set the price from the acceptable price of the target consumer. So what you're gonna do, you might do the survey and ask them, okay, so if the jasmine rice is around 90 baht per kilogram and we have organic jasmine rice from Kuala Ronghai, so what you need to pay? What is the price that you think is suitable? Then you do the average. In this case, organic jasmine rice can increase up to 60 baht. No, can increase up to 50 baht to from 90 to 140. So that's a lot, right? Second one, direct perceived values rating methods. In this case, they did not ask the direct price, but they can ask different way. They can ask them to give the score. So I might say, okay, please give the score for jasmine rice, and then give the score for gula ronghai, give score for organic gula ronghai. So I would say I have three products here, three type of rice, and then three things here gonna combine together to be 100. So please give the score for each of them. In this case, they can think, okay, I like organic gula ronghai the most, so they give 40. Then they also prefer to have gula ronghai, so they give 33. But normal jasmine rice just have 20 plates, 27 plate. So then you can calculate if the jasmine rice is set to 90 baht per kilogram, and then you can refer to organic because organic is 40 plate, and then jasmine rice is 20 27. So you just compare by giving the price of organic gula ronghai first divided by the jasmine rice point, then divided no multiply by the price of jasmine rice. In this case, it's gonna have 133. Sorry. Or if you want to know the price for gula ronghai not organic, you just use 33 divided by 27 multiplied by 90. Then diagnose it. So diagnose do more things. So they're gonna ask the factor affect to the purchase decision first. Like I might ask you, okay, so when you want to buy the rice, what is the factor that you concern? You might say, okay, smell first, then texture, safety, and grown location. And so like this way, you have four factors. And then I might ask you again, please wait. What factor is the most important for you? And also give the number in total, four factors gonna combine together to be 100%. So I said, okay, smell should come first. Soft texture could be second, tied with safety, and the last one, trust collocation, just 20. So 30, 25, 25, and 20 combined together to be 100%, which is perception values. And then I might ask the consumer, maybe a lot, and then just collect the data. So for jasmine rice, please give the product score for smell, soft texture, safety, and trust score location. Each factors will have maximum 50 point. Then what you're gonna do? You combine, you collect, and then you can calculate by using the score multiplied by weight in each factors combined together to be perceptual values like this way. So for jasmine rice, you have 29 from 50, then you give 29 multiplied by 0.3, which is 30% weight. Then 30 multiplying by 25% or 0.25, 20 multiplied by 25, 0.25, right? 22 multiplied by 20%, which is 0.2, which is 22 multiplied by 0.2. Then combine together, then it's going to be value perception. So in this case, the maximum, the highest value perception going to be Gula Ronghai Jasmine, right? Which is 40.05, like this way. So this one they train to use because it can reduce the bias. So they concerned with the factors that make them purchase the rice. So I would say this is the best one. So then when you have the value perception, you can do like the same thing. You can compare by skip the ratios. So the ratios between gula ronghai, jasmine rice, and jasmine rice is gonna be you use gula ronghai 34.35 divided by 25.6. And then if you want to know the gula ronghai jasmine rice, just multiply by 90, which is 121 baht. The same thing. If you think about organic gula ronghai, so use 40.05. This is value perception from gula ronghai organic, then divided by normal jasmine rice, and then multiply by 90 because you know the price of jasmine rice regular just be 90 baht. So in this case, you can know the price, which is 140 baht. Then pricing by business cost. So for now, we're gonna think about more business. So the terms that you need to understand is here. Fixed cost, because the cost that is fixed. So the cost is fixed is from salary or the money that you need to pay. Depreciation, which is the the in Thai we call ค่าเสื่อมราคา or in English it's actually if you have if you have the brand new machines, they're gonna have the cost for brand new machine, maybe 1,000 baht. But when you use 1 year, 2 year, 4 year, 5 year, 5 years, 6 years, then the cost is reduced. Of course, it's working. Then the quality will be reduced. So we call it depreciation. Insurance, rental, tax. So the price which is fixed, gonna be fixed cost. Variable cost, cost that is changed. So variable cost can be cost of the raw materials, cost of labor, cost of sales, commissions, incentive, packing, and the other things. So we have, if you see this graph, fixed cost is the cost that is constant. Variable cost is the cost that start from origin. But total cost is defined as fixed cost plus variable cost. So total variable, how you gonna calculate? You can use the total variable cost, which is variable cost per unit multiplied by quantity. So I might ask you to remember, like if they said total variable cost, you need to multiply by the quantity. And then again, total cost is fixed cost plus total variable cost. And if you want to know the average cost, use total cost multiplied by quantity. So we have many types. Let's talk about the first one, cost plus analysis. So for cost plus, the first thing that we can use is markup on the cost. Markup is mean you need to add something up. So in this case, markup on average cost. So in this case, you need to just know the cost per unit and then add the percentage into it. So in this case, you need to know the cost per unit, not total cost. So for example, a retail fruit stand need to have 30% profit from production cost. That means you need to add 30% to the production cost and just add it again to the cost per unit. So you know the orange grow, uh, the cost per unit per box is 120 baht, and then you need to have 30% profit from the product cost. So you just set price is actually cost per unit plus cost per unit multiplied by 30%. Of course, you need to have 30% profit. So the price that you need to set is 166 baht in order to have 30% profit. And then mark up on total cost. So first one, mark up on average cost or the cost per unit. But for the total cost is different. So you need to calculate the total cost first. So in this case, you need to calculate the total cost by having fixed cost plus total variable cost. From the equation, you know the fixed cost which is 30,000 baht, and then they said this producer have 2,500 baht variable cost per ton. That means this is cost per unit. So, but as I just mentioned, you need to think about total variable cost. Total. That means you need to multiply with the quantity. So in this case, you need to have 2,500 multiplied by 20 and then combine with the fixed cost. So the total cost is 80,000 baht. And then, like we just did, so you need to have 20% profit. So you add 20% of the total cost, then combine with the total cost again. So finally, you want to know the price set per unit. So you just divide it by 20 tons. So in this case, it's gonna have 5,000 baht per tons. So if you follow with step by step, that's just very easy. But let me know if you need more explanation. Okay, I can talk to you on the online class. Then, how about markup on selling variable cost? So we just have the markup for variable cost per unit or average cost. Markup on total cost. How about markup on selling variable cost? So markup on selling variable cost is actually they give the price on special order from excess capacity. So that is more complicated. Like they said, from the same rice producer, the producer received a special order by adding 10 tons more. Like at first, if you set the price, but if someone said, okay, if I can, I need more 10 tons, so can I have the new price? So in this case, the buyer make negotiation by asking like 3,500 baht. So we just have like here the markup on total cost, and then what you need to concern is different course. They for now they concern about selling price. So they said the buyer make negotiation asking for 3,500 baht per ton. They said would this producer should sell this price or not. So I just go back and see what is the profit that they need. So no, 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 no. Okay. So they said they need to have 25% profit. I'm gonna use this profit because they said the same rice producer. So what you're gonna do, since 25 profit of the total cost is needed from markup on total cost, thus additional cost would be variable cost. So we did not concern about fixed cost because the cost that is fixed cost, but the cost that is changed is variable cost. So you can set price equal to variable cost plus variable cost multiplied by 25%. So in this case, you did not add 10 tons to the calculation. So you just what you need to do, you need to go back and just observe, okay, this producer have 2,500 baht variable cost. So they did not concern about the fixed cost because the fixed cost is fixed. So let's just think about variable cost, which is 2,500 plus variable cost multiplied by amount of the percent that you need. So in this case, you multiply 25% to 2,500 baht, then combine together with the variable cost. So the price that is calculated gonna be 3,125 baht per ton. Then you compare the price. Buyer make a negotiation by asking the price on 3,500 baht. So in this case, the price that you calculate in 25% have lower. So they said this produced accept or this order due to the offer price is higher than calculated price. That means you can have more margin. Like the margin between five 300 and 3,500 with and then 3,125 is 375 baht per ton. This means it's acceptable. Okay. So again, don't get confused between set price, which is 500 baht, and also the price when you calculate the variable cost price. Oh, sorry. No. So this is different perspective. If the question is asking about the set price by using the total cost, please use this one. But if some case they have more order, so you need to follow with this way. Okay. Again, let me know if you need more explanation. Then cost plus pricing on markup on selling price. So in this case, we just deal directly to the selling price. So they said set the price from adding profit on selling price. So for the previous one, we focus for the total cost of the cost per unit. But here we dealing with the selling price. So selling price, for this example, a tree shop need to have 40 profit from selling price. So they make very clear statement, which is just for selling price. The cost of burn, like a plant from grower is 240 baht per plot. What is the price that is need to set? So the concept is price equal to cost plus additional ratio that is needed. So if they mention about the selling price, so please use this calculation by just set the equation first, price equal to cost plus additional ratio that is needed, and then you set, suppose the price is 100%, equal to 100%, then price equal to cost plus additional ratio cost. So in this case, you're looking for the cost. 100% is the price, then equal to cost plus 40% because you need to have 40% from the selling price. So the cost is 60%. And then you can compare 60% is the cost, which is equal to 40 baht. And then if we want to know the price, which is 100, so you can calculate back. In this case, you can give the calculation, which is 240 multiplied by 100 divided by 60. So the cost that you need to set is 400 baht. Again, for this type of equation, they need to ask you to do price set from selling price. Then you need to use equation price equal to cost plus additional ratio. Then calculate it. Then markup chain. So markup chain is actually you add the profit along the way that you need to have the measurements. In this case, markup chain start from the producer price, then the producer price gonna be the wholesale cost. So the price from the beginning gonna be the cost in the second stage, and the cost in the wholesale cost gonna transfer to the next measurement. So in this case, the producer price equal to the wholesale cost. The wholesale price gonna equal to retail cost, and the retail price gonna equal to the consumer price. Like the price from the first stage can be the cost to the second stage, then later on. So here's the example. The production cost for pork meat is 160 kilogram. No, actually it's 160 baht, I think. I just forget to add. Okay. 160 baht per kilogram. The producer need 20% profit. So you can from the wholesale price. So this is the keyword from the wholesale price. So what you're gonna do, you need to set the producer price 160 multiplied by 100 divided by 100 minus 20% because you need 20 profit. Then it's equal to 200. And then you use 200 here to be the cost in wholesale price. So 200 gonna move to the blue one. And then for the second middleman, the wholesale need 5% of the profit of the retail price. So you just set the equation to 100 multiplied by 100% divided by 100 minus 5% is equal to 211. And then 211, this is the wholesale price going to be used to the cost in the retail stage. So the retail need 30% profit from the consumer price of the consumer price. So you need to set to 111 multiplied by 100 divided by 100 minus 30%. So the cost going to be 301. C. During the chain, the cost is increased. So if you have the question asking you, like they have many middlemen and the price from one stage going to be the cost from the second stage and the cost from the second stage to be the price from the third stage. You use this type of equation. Okay. Then Let's talk about break even in running the business. What we need to think is, what is the point that break even, or you didn't have the profit or lost, or the minimum number that will make you have zero profit. So think about when you run the business. At first, you have more cost than the revenue. Then beyond this point, which is break even point, you're gonna have just more profit. So in this case, you can use the equation Q equal to F of fixed cost divided P minus V. So you use this type when they're asking about the break-even point. So in this case, if you ask what is the quantity at break-even point, so please use this type of equation. So let's think about this one. Okay, sorry. They said calculate the volume at break-even point. If you see the break-even point, just use this type of equation. So what we need to have, the volume or the quantity of the break-even point. So you set Q is equal to F divided by P minus V. So F is fixed cost. Fixed cost is actually 225,000 divided by 5, which is P, or price per unit. Then minus 2.5. So you need to sell 8,008 in order to have the break even. After 1,008, you're going to have just profit. Lower than this point, you have lost, or you need to have high number of the eggs. And then they can, oops, sorry, they can ask you differently. If they said they have tilapia fish, then they need to have, they have the fixed cost is 2 million baht. Then variable cost is 100 baht per kilogram. Then tilapia fish capacity is 50 tons per year. They need to have profit around 400,000 baht per year. Then they ask about the price. Sorry. They ask about the price. So you might use the break even. Okay. You might use the equation of the break even, because you can set, okay, you know the quantity, which is tilapia production capacity is 50 tons per year. 50 tons, 1 ton is equal to 1,000 kilogram. So you just 50 multiplied by 1,000 kilogram, gonna be 50,000. And then you calculate by having, um, oops, having F. Um, One thing that I forgot, which is actually, I'm sorry, it's my bad. Because normally the correct equations for calculation of this part, I think I can write it to you. Okay, because this equation is for break-even point. So break-even point is the point that you have zero profit. So in this case, they just remove the profit off. So actually, the full equation is like here. I can add, insert. Maybe I just copy this one. I think I can have. Okay, how this work? Okay, okay. Let me change a little bit. So this is Q because you need to know the quantity. Then the part that I forget is actually. So normally the upper part is fixed cost plus profit, then divided by products per unit P minus variable cost. Oops. Okay. Okay. So sorry about that. Because normally when we think about the break-even point, the profit is zero. Again, the break-even point is the point that the demand, no, the price that, okay, the break-even point is here. So the break-even point is the point that is total cost equal to the revenue. Like when you have the cost and the revenue, then when you have equal total cost and total revenue, we call that is the break-even point. The point that you did not have any profit or loss. So that is the reason why the simple break-even they remove just profit off because that is zero. But when you have this type of equation, what you can do, you can add the profit to the upper part and do calculation. So they said they have 50,000 kilogram, so which is equal to fixed cost plus you need to have four, uh, 400,000 baht for the profit. Then they asking you what is the price that they need to set. So they asking for P, which is price. Then you know the variable cost, which is 100. So you do calculation and the price that you need to set is 148 baht. Okay, I'm sorry about it. Then pricing by considering the competitors. Then you do price setting when you think about who you fight with. So for now, you focus on the competition situation. Sometimes you want to be the winner. Then you consider the price that is set from the competitors and define the suitable price for each situation. So they said two type of the pricing for this case is pricing on the price level and some auction. So for the price level, what you can do first, equal price as competitor. You set the same price as the competitors. For this case, you set the price which is the same to prevent the war, to prevent fighting. So the product, um, when you want to set this type of pricing, make sure that the product is hard to measure on the price elasticity of the demand, which means it is pretty hard to see the price elasticity which is high or low. But we usually use when we have the similar or replaceable product, which means is comparable, like it's interchangeable. Your product did not have better quality than the other product. It's just the same. Or many of the producers are on the market. So in this case, we said it's going to be perfectly competitive market. So we set equal price for this case. Again, in order to prevent the price war, you can set equal price, but mainly we use this for the replaceable products or similar product. Sometimes you can set the higher price So you can set the higher price when you have better things than the other products, the other competitors. Then you deal with the high salary target market, like the target group that have high purchasing power, or they have high royalty, or you're dealing with the low price elasticity. Again, low price elasticity or low PED, which is when the price is changed, it's not affects to the demands a lot. So normally is very expensive product. Or you're dealing with the high product that have very good image. We can set the higher price. Or you can set the lower price when you have lower quality, or you need to target with the mass market share. So in this case, you can do like target the specific market with high price elasticity, or you are in the situation that is again high PED, which is you change the price just a little, but it's change a lot of demands. So in this case, you set lower price, you can have more market share. Or you're dealing with low money, low salary group. So what you need to do, sometimes you can set the lower price by reducing the quality, reducing the cost of package, service of quality. Okay. Then how about price on auctions? So price on auction is actually you did not focus for normal consumer, but you do focus for a bigger or high value purchased or high value order. So in this case, normally you need to have the contract order or make agreement. For example, if you have if you want to work with the meal projects that gonna serve for school, or the very big meal processor like CP or Formos like that. So what you need to do, you need to have the total cost and estimation of the competitor price. Then you need to set the price and then go to auction. Auction is like bidding. So they said give lower price than usual but not lower than marginal cost. So for this type of auction, you have set price which is price for reference. And then normally you need to give the higher price than the reference to fight with the competitors. And then um, the project manager gonna select the lowest price that all competitors get. So in this case, what you need to do, you need to think about the possibility to be win the auction. So think, let's see the table here. You have promoted price, the price that you would suggest, the production cost, the cost that you have on your company. So which is 200 2,500 for all. Promotion price, the price that is changed. Then profit, so profit per ton. So in this case, you must think, okay, what is the profit? So you know the cost, you know the profit that you expect. So promoted cost is the cost from production cost plus profit. The column 2 and 3 combine together to be column 1, right? And then possibility to win the auction. Possibility to win the auction is from the market. So normally they have the concept which is if you have the lower price, you can be able to win. Possibility to win the auction is the number that is not easy to have, but um, the marketers can calculate it, or they have like the database. I did not want to go for that; it's quite far. So l- let me explain in this way. Like if you set the promoted price, which is 2550, you can have 90% to win. So it's actually possibility to win, right? Or if you set to 2,600 baht per ton, you're gonna win 50%. In this case, you can have different possibility to win. And you see, we have the last column, which is estimated profit. So we can have some calculation and have this type of number. So estimated profit is 45 when you need to have profit which is 50. You can have 50 when you can set profit which is 100. Then before that, I think some students gonna get confused with this one. Let me briefly explain this first. Promoted price is the price that you offer. Production cost is the cost that you know from your company. Profit is the things that you expect to have. So you need to have 50, 100, 150, and 200. And then the promoted price, the first column is from 2 and 3 combined together. And the fourth column possibility to win the auction is from the database. But normally, the lower price, the more percentage you can win. And then they do some calculation, and finally, you can have estimated profit, which is after you do some prediction. So they're gonna say if you set the price for 2550, the estimated profit gonna be 45. If you promote the price, if you keep the price to 60 2,600, you can have the profit around 50 baht. Then what we expect, we need to think about the last column, which is estimated profit. See, you keep the promoted price to 550 and to 600. So the estimated profit is 45 and 50. So you can have more profit when you promote higher price, and you can have 50% to be win the auction. So in this case, you might select to set to keep the price to be 2,600 baht per ton. So for auction, it should have some risk, but I would say if you set very low price, you have ability to win. But if you win this auction, you can have just 45 baht per ton. But if you can have if you can keep the price higher to be 2,600, you can have more profit. So it can be risk. Okay. But I would say I always think about they have some risk, but sometimes if you okay with the estimated profit, which is 45 baht, so you can set 45 baht too. But 45 baht, you can have more percentage to win, which is 90%, right? But the price that you need to promote is just 2,550 baht. So last year, some student asked me, Ajahn, if you were the company that uh, s- suggests for this auction, what is the price that you need to set? I would say because the estimated profit is not have a huge difference between 45 and 50. So in this case, if I need to have more win, if I really want to deal with this project, I might set the price to be the lowest, which is 2550, because it's have 90% to win. Okay. The last topics, price strategy of agricultural products. We need to talk about price strategies and Sometimes we need to change the price strategies, depends on the situation. For the first one, price strategy on agricultural products. The first thing that you can do in terms of strategy is set one price or set multiple price. You can set one price you need to if you think one price is good for all area. So they set same price for all market because it is flexible and the same price they that you have only one standard. But sometimes if you think about okay, I will stand for just only one price policy, you might lose the person who have to who want to buy the big volume, the big buyer, because you close the door for negotiation. Multiple price policy. In this case, you did not fix with the price, but it depends on the volume. I would say for agricultural products, they would be more multiple price policy because they open for negotiation and you can have more possibility to have more volume to buy. Okay, but it's very difficult to manage. Then price level policy. So price level policy, they set the price depends on the market positioning. So similarly, sometimes you set similar price with the competitor to prevent the price war. But sometimes if you think your quality is better, you set the higher price. But sometimes if your quality is lower or the position of the product is lower, you can set lower price. The third one, discount and allowance policy. So you might give the discount or the compensation, like something, some benefit to be the tools of pricing. So for discount and allowance policy, what you can do, quantity discount. So you can have a lower price, like set the lower price for higher volume. So this motivate you to deal with the big volume. Trade discount. So you might give some discount for the person who you work with. In this case, going to be middlemen. So you might give some discount more for the person who you work, maybe wholesale or retail. Cash discount. So if you some business, they said if you pay within 3 days, so I can give you more discount like this way. Seasonal discount, sometimes you have high season for this product, so you can keep the special discount and it's gonna draw attention or attractive them to buy. Allowance, sometimes you might keep some discount from marketing activities such as broker, promotional coupon, or maybe you just return something and you have the new one and just reduce the price. Or sometimes you have the advertising support, like you have promotion and just give some promotion to be the allowance. So you can have these activities for discount and allowance. Sometimes you can set for geographical pricing. So sometimes you can do like area-based strategies. The same area should have the same price. So you can have uniform delivery price, like average cost for one price. Like for example, some companies said for in Thailand only one price, so in all provinces. But some companies said, okay, for the northern part, I need to give you this price. For the southern part, another price because we have different location. Sometimes some companies set the freight absorbent pricing by just ask the seller to take care of the shipping. They did not care about the shipping. They just give the general price and then ask the seller to add the shipping cost. So that is geographical pricing. And then new product pricing. So new product pricing, you can do two ways. Skimming pricing. Skimming pricing, that is you set the high price first to have the profit. So this is going to be good for just some case, which is you have no competitions or just less competitors. You are new on the market, or the development process is going to be very low. No one can reach you very fast. So you can set the high price at first. Or sometimes you can consider in case of you are launching the new product, or this is very innovative products. Then presentation pricing. So presentation pricing is used when you need to have low price at the beginning. So you do it because you need to have the market share. And this is good for high price elasticity. So again, high price elasticity, when you change the price a little bit, is increase a lot of demands. It affects a lot of demands, sorry. Then product mix pricing. So product mix pricing is about you have many product type, then you think the total profit is combined together and it should have higher than you have individual selling. So you have some four cases for product mix pricing. First one is product line pricing. So product line pricing is like you have different form or different quality. Like for example, if I have mango, I can keep the price for premium mango. I can keep the price for fresh market mango. So we have different pricing. Optional feature pricing is like when you want to increase the price, you just put them into the basket or making them have a good looking or change the package. So we call optional featuring pricing. Then product bundling pricing. Product bundling pricing, I think you see a lot in the department store. It's actually you buy one product with another product and buy them together. In this case, what they do is they combine the products and then they set the overall lower price. For example, you have milk around 90 baht per gallon, and then you have yogurt, which is 20 baht per box. Then when you want to increase the sales, the demands, you need to wrap it up, like buy it together and keep the lower price. Maybe because we have 90 baht and 20 baht going to be 110 baht. So you can keep around 105 or 100 baht to make it more attractive. Then you can increase the sale. Then buy product pricing. So in this case, you just sell the waste. Like for pineapple, you're gonna sell the peel, just gonna sell the other unused part. So increase the price by that way. Then promotion pricing. Promotion pricing are trap strategies. This leading to reduce products to other products when you go into shopping. Like I would say, sometimes um, what they're gonna do, they it's like the strategy that they mentioned is like trap. Think about when you go to the supermarket and then they set one shelf, like this is the special price. Then you go to the supermarket in order to buy some product, but you say the special price, you stop at that shelf, and then the price is very attractive. You can have some more product that you did not expect. So we call trap strategies. Sometimes you can set the special price, special event price in some festival, or sometimes you just trick by just reduce a little amount of the money. Maybe we call this strategy, we call cent of pricing. Cent is the unit of the like 100 cent is equal to dollar. They just reduce, like in this case, from 40 baht to be 23.25 baht. So 0.75 baht. Then the consumer feel, okay, this is lower cost. They want to buy more because this is trap strategies. Sometimes you can have psychological pricing. You can set ending with 9. For some cases, ending with 3 or 5 is look more prestige. For example, I don't know that the textbooks mention about this one. You have 500 baht, then you have 505 baht. So the consumer feel like 505 baht is more better quality, is more prestige. Maybe they have some perception on the number. Then discriminatory pricing. So discriminatory pricing is about pricing based on the target group. Sometimes it based on the form, based on the image, based on the location, time, or quality. So the concept is they just differentiate the pricing according to different aspect. Because sometimes some consumer might have different different price setting on location, on the form, on the time, on the quality. Though it's not fixed. Then go to the last topics, which is the chain price strategies. So they said when you do the business, sometimes the price is changed very fast. You need to make the adjustment that is should be linked to the strategies that you plan or marketing activities. In other terms, you need to monitor the change of the price almost every day, especially for agricultural products. When the price is down, what is strategy that you need to do? When the price is high, what strategy that you need to do? Price strategies is very important and you need to monitor. Of course, it's going to be ability to fight with your competitors. So you can do a lot. The first thing you can do reduce price. You do reduce price when first you have excess production capacity or you produce a lot more than you need. So they said you trying to increase the sales with the marketing mix but did not successful. So sometimes you think, okay, you produce this a lot by increase the sale, but it's actually if it's not work, you need to reduce the price because you might expect something wrong. Like you think at that time your product gonna be very famous, but you produce this a lot, but it's not happen like that. Then what you need to do, you need to reduce the price. Second one, lower market share. If you have reduced the number of the market share or have more competitors, so you need to reduce the price. Then want to be the market leader. Sometimes you can be the leader market share by reducing the price because the consumer might need to buy your products more. And then what reduce the price might prevent the new seller to the market too. Lower price need from consumers. So this again, high elasticity of the demands. When you reduce the price, it make more demands from the consumer. So if you know this trend or the price elasticity is high, then you can apply reduced price. Other situation like if you want to have more money on your company, maybe reduce the price is the choice. Stock release, if you have high inventory, then you need to reduce the price to release it. Economic crisis, like for COVID-19, reduce the price is another choice. And then increase the price. So opposite way, you need to increase the price when increase the business cost. So if the business cost is increased, like inflation rate, inflation period, or low profit, or low you get lost. So you might set the price, but it's quite dangerous. If you increase the price, then you have more profit. That's okay. But if if you design the wrong strategy, you're gonna have a problem on financials. Then sometimes you can increase the price for when you need to control the market needs. So I would say this is more makes sense. If the demands oversupply, if your product is very popular, but the supply is not enough, like For marijuana tea, it's very famous, but marijuana is not produced very fast. What you need to do, you need to increase the price to reduce the the demands, or increase the price to reduce the market need, or balance between the production. So in this case, we can use like we can apply the higher price. So the last one, price attack. So price attack is actually you reduce the price by just fighting in terms of the lower price. So you do price attack for objective. First one, you need to maintain the price. So price attack in this case is actually you have some part for the profit, and then sorry, I have some interruption from someone who just came to my house and make some noise. So let's me me focus that again. Okay. So price attack or reduce the price. So sometimes you need to fight with the other people. So you can do the price reduction. So you can do like four ways here. First one, you do the reduced price because you want to maintain the price. So I would say saving surplus profit and apply when loss or more profit when reduced price. Um, I would say let me okay let me talk to you like this way. So sometimes it's like you have um, okay, sorry, because I'm time of the person that when I focus something and something interrupt is I kind of lost my concentration. Okay, the first one is actually you trying to maintain the same price as you have to save the surplus profit. So you use this way when you think if you reduce the price, it might make you have lost profit more than you did not do it. Or sometimes you don't want to lose the market share. You can maintain the price. Or sometimes you can apply for maintain the price when you think you have the method to increase the market share by having the new product or new innovation. So again, for price attack, I know why I cannot concentrate anymore. Okay, maybe again, sorry about that. So the last one is the price attack, or you need to have some strategy to fight with the competitors in case of they reducing the price. When they're reducing the price, what you're gonna do? First thing, maintain the price. You can maintain the price when you think if you reduce the price, you're gonna have more loss than profit. So like you're gonna lose more. So you need to maintain the price and setting the other things, which is maybe quality, better quality, or do some more promotion. Or you second one, not lost much market share. If you think you can save the market share, you don't need to reduce the price. Or you have the other ways to increase the quality or making more market share by having the new product, new innovation. You can maintain the price. Second one, you can maintain the price by adding more value. It's like the first one, but you can modify or send a message to the consumer what you just did, like change their belief. So in this case, they think like lower cost when compared to the cost is like the company believe that if you modify the product value, the cost will be lower than uh, you're gonna lose. It's not easy though. Maybe I would like to explain it this way. If you think when you when the competitors reduce the price, then it's gonna affect to the company. So you consider if you change um, okay, if you change the quality, maybe reduce the quality a little bit, so it would be better than you have lose the market share. So in this case, you might set the price that is the same. The I think I did very bad for the second one. Let me explain one more time. Let me consider the ways to explain to you. Okay, second one, you need to maintain the price, but also you need to add more value. In this case, what you're gonna do, you need to add the new values or maybe change or create the new things and then send the message to the consumer that it's new, like all new product. Because the company think when you develop or change the product, the cost that is gonna have is less than the cost that you lose the market, you lose from the market. In other terms, it's like the cost that you pay for development, it should be lower than the cost that you use to fight with the competitors. The third one, reduce the price. So you when you have the price attack, you reduce the price by follow with the competitor to maintain the market share. In this case, you follow with the competitor when they change the price, like reduce the price. This gonna happen a lot when you deal with the high elasticity products. So you're gonna lose the market share a lot. So you need to follow them by reducing the price. Or sometimes, if you think that is this very difficult to recover the loss of the market share, like if you still maintain the price, then if you do not do anything, you're gonna lose more. So you can reduce the price. Or when the computer reduce the price, you can have the new product, then increase the price, like make something new, something better to the market, to have high profit and high market share. So, but it's gonna be very new product. So, I think that's all. So, thanks again for any situation that is not quite smooth. So, let me know if you need more explanation or any point that you need to have more explanation. Okay. So, thank you so much for watching.